It's time for the Mohney Show. High atop the third story of the historic Gibson House overlooking beautiful downtown Centralia. The star of the show, Steve Mohney.
Yes. Well, after 3 tries, it's welcome to the Mohney Show. Never a dull moment in the studio. You know, Paul,
Yes.
Really, this is the late summer edition of the Mohney Show.
Well, it's kind of still midsummer, isn't it? I guess it's just getting over the halfway point.
I mean, it's
because it's going to go to September 20th or something.
Yeah.
We have a new producer, by the way.
But it's after the Southwest Washington Fair. And if you just let me say a couple of things on my show, I'd be able to, number one, get that out.
Okay.
Paul Walker's with me. Matthew King is behind the console today. And Matthew, hello.
Hello. How's it going?
Hello.
Hello, and welcome to Casey's Top 40.
Yeah.
Anyway, now Matthew's here because our other producer, man, did anybody text her? Do we know if we have a baby yet?
We don't. She texted me this morning and asked if we needed her to come in.
No, we do not.
I told her to stay at home and start pushing.
Yes.
So
because I asked her like a day ago, baby, and she said, no, I am incredibly uncomfortable and mad. So, yeah.
She was exceptionally upset. And we're going to talk about the storm that rolled through. But she was over there. Yeah. She said in the storm, I thought might kick things, get things going here. Nope. She called the storm lame.
Well,
right. She's mad at that point. So.
I will say one thing, that the boys, Hank and Owen, they were really glad that the baby, Bryson, the new baby boy, didn't interfere with the Southwest Washington Fair. It's like, I think that's so funny because they've already pretty much, Bryson, he's not even out yet. He hasn't made his debut yet. So anyway, we wish her the best, and hopefully we're going to get a baby here in the next. I mean, it could be a minute from now.
It could be. However, I think we should also hold in our thoughts.
Yes.
If this drags on a few more days.
Oh, my word.
Poor Skylar. Skylar, you best, just make room.
Skylar.
And give plenty of room.
Look at me. Skylar, look at me. Go outside, work on the trailer. Okay, maybe the lawnmower. Mow the yard. Take the boys outside. Take the boys to the store. Yeah. Well, you can't do that because you can't leave her.
No, take them anywhere. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sure she will tell them. Get out. Yeah. I'll let you know when I need you. Yeah. So
she's she could have this baby by herself.
She's always, she's very pleasant.
Yes.
Which is alarming at the level of
foulness
that is now here, and now she's had it. Okay, this has been fun. Let's get it over with.
No, she's been she has been a terrific.
Oh, she was here last week. I said, why are you here? Yeah. Well, I'm out running around doing. Of course you are. Yeah. So anyway, hopefully soon.
A baby's coming, but until the baby comes, then Matthew's with us. Matthew, you're gearing up over on the Eli Sports Network for all kinds of different. Obviously, we're in the third week of August, and things are going to crank right up pretty quick, right?
Yeah, we got our big training session this weekend for the whole roster, I guess, of broadcasters at Eli Sports, and then before you know it, 2 weeks from Friday, it's football season.
Yeah, well, actually, football season technically begins Wednesday, tomorrow. We're taping this Tuesday.
Yep.
Begins tomorrow. First practices roll out tomorrow. So.
By the way, stand by. I have a fun fact that I think you guys will appreciate.
Okay.
And I think you'll be amazed that I know this. Today is August 20th, right?
Yes.
It's 7 athletes met back in 1920 in Canton, Ohio, to organize the American Professional Football Conference.
All right.
That was the day professional football was born.
In 1920.
1920.
So it's 80 plus 24 is 104 years.
Wow. Look at that quick
math.
That.
Yeah, 64.
I'm
just
impressed.
like that.
64 years. I can't believe it. Hey, also, I was digging around and I found this. Since you were talking about, all the stuff that's going to start happening, but Centralia High School invites alumni to its annual homecoming game, and that's on September 20th.
Yep.
And obviously that'll be at Tiger Stadium, but Centralia's past, present, and future, folks, they can go there. And the night starts at 5:00 with a tour of the high school. Man, the high school is a lot different.
Yeah.
I mean, I could get lost in the high school now. I mean, where's Mr. Buck's room?
I don't know.
I don't know. Where's Mr. McCarty's room?
I don't know.
Okay. I mean, I don't even know where
where's Mr. Buck?
I don't know. The classitorium is all different.
Yeah.
There's no senior deck anymore. I mean,
he graduated. You said deck.
Deck.
Okay. Never
Yeah,
mind.
because they had the senior deck, and then you went underneath it, and that's where the underclassmen were. And so if you were like in, freshman, sophomore, junior, then the seniors would come down and they'd tape you up to a locker or something like that.
Yeah, Kevin was our senior deck.
Oh,
so
anyway, then at 6:00, attendees are invited to participate in a group picture, and that's by the iconic tiger painting on the blockhouse. So that's on September 20th.
All right,
there you go.
And I believe. Right, they're putting in a new turf. They're putting in a new field at Tiger Stadium, Matthew.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do believe that is the case.
So it's got to be almost done.
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
I hope so.
Yeah, we should drive by there and take a look at it. Maybe
I drove by a couple of days ago.
Why don't you do that? Yeah, why don't you go over there and take some pictures and say, "Here's the new turf."
Okay, I drove
by. You can look at new grass.
Man, that is a busy area because there's so much stuff going on. I mean. You've got all the soccer fields back behind Boers Park, of course, the hub there.
Yep.
And all the baseball fields. And, what a complex it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's pretty cool. So
sprawling,
it is the word. Sprawling. It is very sprawling.
Yes.
So, Paul, give us kind of I know things are preliminary right now, but kind of an update on what's going to happen or what might happen during the football season. Don't smile at me like that.
We're the plan is that some games will be played.
Right.
We'll show up.
Really?
We'll put a camera up.
Yeah.
We'll try to get it to work.
Smart aleck. For folks that don't know, okay, this is.
And then we're going to talk about the game.
That's unheard of.
Exactly. There'll be a big hit, and we'll say, "Well, that certainly wasn't very nice." So.
His mother's not going to be very happy about that. She's probably going to have to, he hit my son and
wow.
Okay, can you really tell us, in case somebody doesn't know a lot about what Eli Sports does?
Eli Sports, we live stream high school sports. We have, we'll have at least 5 crews. Potentially, Matthew, you don't even know this, but we may add a 6th set of gear.
Wow.
Because we found a deal. And so we may be able to expand our gear for a lot less than we thought.
Oh, good.
I actually did know that.
You did?
I know everything.
I see. Well, maybe if he knows everything, we should be asking him this question.
Yes.
But yes, football, girls soccer. There is some boys soccer that plays in the fall, but it's the 1Bs, and they're not around. They're mostly north, right, Matthew?
Yeah. It's a lot of north. Some schools will end up combining for boys soccer so they can play it in the spring.
Yeah.
Football just takes up so many of the local schools' number of athletes.
So now, where do we? I mean, I'm just asking for the fans here.
Yes.
Where do we broadcast mostly for football, for high school football?
Well,
I mean, do we end up east of the mountains quite a bit?
No.
Okay.
We are, from Linden to Vancouver.
Okay.
And then we'll pick up some Eastern Washington stuff too. But we're the majority is in the South Puget Sound. The majority of ours would go from Federal Way to Kelso. Is that right, Matthew?
Yeah,
Kalama,
right?
Down in that area. That's where this is where we started. This is where most of us are from. But we expand out and we're getting out further and further to different places. We go out to the coast. Been out to Raymond, South Bend, Hoquiam, Aberdeen, Montesano. We've hit those places.
And so you're not just listening to it; you're watching the game, and you guys are announcing.
Well, the beauty is, if you can't watch, you can still listen. Remember,
absolutely.
We've talked about this for years now. The biggest game changer to all this streaming stuff is unlimited data plans.
Yeah.
When the data plans first came out, you only had so much, and video would eat that up in an hour.
Yep.
And now I don't have any data left for the rest of the month. With a couple of games or whatever. Now it doesn't matter. So we do a radio style broadcast, and the reason is exactly that. We have folks that are driving and they're listening. Again, we should mention, we don't like to sneak up on anyone. This is all on the NFHS platform. So NFHS.com, I think, or NFHSnetwork.com it is. You can go to EliSportsNetwork.com and get to the schedule page and click on the link to watch. But it is a subscription, and it costs $11.99 a month. Or $79.99 for the year.
A year?
A year, wow. For the whole year. And not only does that give you access to our games,
that gives you access to everything.
To the entire network nationwide.
Yeah.
And so, in fact, we just had a West Coast little briefing last night. And just on the one call there, there's New Mexico, all of California, Arizona, Nevada, Oregon, Idaho, Montana. Wow. That's just one section, and they even have more than that. But so if you have siblings or nieces or nephews, cousins in another state, and they're playing,
you can watch
and it's on an NFHS broadcast, you can watch it. It does not cost any more. It's not a pay-per-view. It's $12 a month, and it gives you full access and literally hundreds of thousands of hours of content every month. It's just there. Let me mention this too, Steve. It also gives you access not only to our games, but it gives you access to what's called the Pixelot games. Those are the automated cameras. Now the automated cameras, there's generally not a broadcast. It's, there's a few schools that may have someone that they can plug in and announce, but they can't take breaks or anything. So it's very rudimentary. But most is you just hear the crowd, and for the most part, you can hear the PA announcer.
Yeah.
So that, but the automated cameras do miss things because it's following the ball.
Okay.
And sometimes teams are pretty good at hiding the ball,
Yeah.
and it can't find it. But again, if you can't be there and that's your only option, it's a great option as well. So.
Absolutely.
And that gives you access to all of those too.
Well, I know my nephew, and his friends, they watch it all the time. They watch it because, they're playing. So sometimes they're on, when they're playing a baseball game or a football game, but they also watch it to see what other teams are doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a great point because everything is then recorded and it's on demand. You used to be able to go back. I think we found recordings from like 2011,
wow.
2012. But the space they've had, so now they hold them, I think, for 2 or 3 years, and then they get dumped off. So you can go back as far as 2 or 3 years and probably find stuff.
But if you missed a game, if you're, it doesn't matter who.
Yeah,
a grandparent, a parent, or whatever. Even in Luke's case, you want to see yourself play and see how you did. It's what we used to call an air check in the broadcasting industry.
Well, and you want to hear what the insights of our fabulous crew may have said about you as well. Right?
Exactly.
So.
that way you have proof for the lawsuit. Now it's fantastic, and I just think that we progressed so much as far as being able to just watch.
Well,
and enjoy the games.
Here's the thing that gets lost a lot of times. So a lot of kind of old school folks are worried that now no one's going to go to the game; they're just going to sit at home to watch this. Well, let me just say this. First of all, if you're capable and you can go to the game and you choose to sit and watch us, you live a very sad life. No, a choice. Okay, you should have to be forced to have to watch us.
Yeah, but I think they're
because you can't get there, or you're working, or some other reason, right, Matthew?
Yeah, I will say they don't have to watch us. Thank goodness, they just have to listen.
Yes,
They don't have to see us.
Yes.
That was the
and
point.
you could turn it down.
Yeah,
exactly. That's the other thing.
Yeah, so they're not actually the only place that you're actually, physically putting yourself into stress is when you turn this show on. Because you decided that you wanted to actually watch us. Now, Matthew's lucky today because he's behind the camera.
Yes.
he's just sitting back there. He's what are you, about 42? Matthew, I just want to describe Matthew here. Kind of a washed up football player, weighs about 340, a couple of teeth. Put that, that's a smoking's not attractive.
Washed up football player means you were once good, so that's incorrect.
Matthew's my son's good friend, Matthew Mohney. They went to school together since when?
Fifth grade. We graduated high school and college together, same program.
Fifth grade, and Matthew's he's not 28 yet.
No, he'll be, because I'll be 28 in December, so he'll be 28 in September.
Yeah, so you're not 28 yet. He's as fit as a fiddle. He's got a nice pair of some shoes on. I like those shoes you got on. He's got a backwards hat on, and he just looks like a kid. So there you go. That's on the other hand, isn't this backwards?
Yeah.
Shouldn't Matthew be sitting here? I mean, he's the good-looking one. We should be behind the scenes. I just got out of the gym a couple minutes ago.
You know who I am.
Yeah. I mean, I can't believe that.
If I'm the good-looking one, we're all in trouble.
Hey, let's take a break. I want to talk about music a little bit in this next segment.
Yeah.
That's all I want to take. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
We're getting close, too.
Nope.
I know, but,
I know. So let's take a break. We'll come back. We're going to talk about some music and summer stuff as well, right here on the Mohney Show. At Tyler Rental, quality equipment and helpful counter pros save you costly delays. For projects big and small, Tyler has Genie man lifts and forklifts, Deere excavators, welders, and generators, plus new tools from Steel, Milwaukee, and Hilti. While you're in the store, shop for hard hats, safety glasses, gloves, hearing protection, and much more. Contractors and homeowners depend on Tyler Rental for selection and well-maintained equipment to avoid downtime. Tyler Rental, 153 Hamilton Road, south of Chehalis. The real estate market is changing, and John L. Scott can answer your questions with a free market analysis. If you're a homeowner, it's really important to get a current market analysis. It only takes a few minutes of your time and contains valuable information about your biggest investment. This might be the year to make a move and take advantage of this market. For your free market analysis, see Laura Lee today at John L. Scott, 900 West Main in Centralia. Back on the Mohney Show, and I should say, before we get into the music segment of this show,
yes,
I can't believe my mouth's working as good as it's working. I mean, and there's a few slurred words here.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm kind of on medication, but Paul, I've got to tell you the story.
Yeah.
I've never had this much dental work done since I was like in high school with braces.
Yeah.
So about a week and a half ago, I had this tooth over here. It had to be fixed because something was going on with it and it was infected. So I had to go to a surgeon.
Yeah.
So they took that out, but I was happily under.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I'm driving down the road Sunday afternoon and I take a bite of like a cracker and I'm like, uh-oh, that wasn't good. I mean, I felt something strange and then I felt, then I heard something and I thought, well, maybe it's stuck in my tooth. Not to be. So I get the emergency, appointment because Aunt Lisa works up at my dentist.
Yeah,
she's not my Aunt Lisa, but she's Aunt Lisa.
Yeah.
So thank you very much too. By the way,
absolutely.
She gets me in, and Dr. Kim up there just shakes his head when he sees the X-ray, and I go, "Oh no," because you broke it right in half. So there comes another molar. I mean, out. I have more stitches in my mouth right now than.
Are you sure you bit into a crack? Did you see what you bit into? Are you sure it was a cracker?
That's what's so weird about this.
Did you bite into a slab of plywood or something? I don't know. What did you bite?
No, because they said to me that people have bitten into just sandwiches and just it just goes. It just matters what you.
Yeah.
What you did to it previously. I don't know, maybe the night before I did something because, and that's what I was going to get to too. So anyway, I'm glad that, that I'm able to speak. Yesterday I was like this. I was like Kramer when he was, when he was at the thing with
the Velvet Fog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Velvet Fog. So Eric and Eric Stratton, we went to go see Ace Frehley on Saturday night at the Lucky Eagle Casino.
Yeah.
Man, that guy smoked him.
Yeah.
He's got his chops, man.
Is that a good thing?
Oh,
Smoked him? Okay.
Oh yeah. He probably in more ways than one. Maybe not. I don't want to say that, but what a fantastic show. This guy, lead guitar player for Kiss, not now, but at one point. And his band, super good band. They did a lot of Kiss songs. They did his solo material. And the thing that I could not believe out of the entire show was we walked in and we looked at our seats, and then we thought, okay, well, we'll go over and get a beer.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So
little beverage
before, hand. And so I was getting ready to, basically, okay, probably $8 to $10.
Mm-hmm.
You know how it is these days.
Sure. Yeah.
Go to a sporting event. They're like $17 for a beer.
Yeah. Silly. I
think I already told you this. Matthew, guess how much a regular, what is this, a 12-ounce beer, Paul? Yeah, a 12-ounce beer. Guess how much, this was no cheap one. This was an IPA. Guess how much this beer was at the Lucky Eagle? Okay, Matthew's going to guess
for a concert.
It's a concert. It's a beer in a glass this big.
You got to be paying $10.
No. One more guess, and then I'm going to blow you away.
You're not going to give me higher or lower?
No, I'm not going to. Just take a guess.
$12.
No, $2.
Oh, wow.
$2.
Yes.
I was perplexed.
You weren't. You were perplexed. That's what
I said. You know what? That's not enough money. I feel like I need to give you more. I'm not having any beer. I'm leaving the show. No. So anyway, we grabbed a couple of beers, but man, it was really. It was IPA. It was a great beer for $2. I think it was like the tail end of one of the promotions they were doing. But boy, that was sure nice.
Yeah. Why not?
Oh man. Anyway, so thanks to the Lucky Eagle for that, and also thanks for bringing a great show. Man, those guys were. They were dead on, and they did rock and roll all night. I have to tell you, it sounded just like Kiss.
It sounded like it. Well,
because you had all the lead guitar parts were the ones that were on the albums because it was Ace.
Yeah, there you go.
So that was the deal on Saturday night. Now let's fast forward.
No, before we do that, because we have another Saturday night option that Tony and I ran.
Oh, that's right. And you've got a picture of it.
Yeah. Tony doesn't like the picture. He thinks his hair's all out of whack. So
Tony looks. Tony couldn't. You know what? Tony couldn't be out of whack if he tried.
He still gets carded.
I know he does.
He's 38 or something like that. I don't know what he is.
No, I carded him the other day.
What's that?
He's old.
So we were.
Watch this smart guy. It's coming.
We were so bored.
Yeah.
On Saturday, we didn't know. What do you want to do?
You can just.
Do we really want to sit here and watch, Big Bang Theory again, or whatever, or whatever's on Netflix? No, and so you'll find something else. So you know who Chris Hardwick is?
I do not.
Were you what's the zombie show?
The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead. Were you ever a fan of that?
I'm not a fan, but sometimes Tammy watches lots of stuff like with dead people.
Yeah.
And so I watch it.
So The Walking Dead had another show after it called The Talking Dead.
Oh, okay.
And he actually hosted, it was a talk show about the episode. It was fascinating. It was hugely popular, right, Matthew?
Oh, yeah. It was big, especially when that show was in its prime.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, and he did that for 11 years.
Okay. So the fact that I don't know about this means nothing.
Right. And he's also the host of the game show that's on now called The Wall.
Okay.
Have you seen that show? They drop the little balls into money. You can, whatever. Probably not.
Oh, yeah. I've seen all
like
the episodes.
Plinko.
Yeah, it's kind of like a big Plinko.
I've seen every episode.
And you know who the executive producer of that show is, don't you?
Dwayne Wade.
No, it's LeBron James.
I knew it was you were
in the ballpark.
I sounded confident, didn't I?
But the show is, and they literally can win $1 million or more.
It's just about, since LeBron does it, is it about a lot of stuff in football?
No. And he's a basketball player anyway. But nonetheless, the contestants they get out are always either friends or a couple or brother and sister or brothers or whatever, and they're really nice people. They've always, well, these two, they go out and they collect clothes for the homeless, they go and wash them and stitch them, and then it's folks like that. Right. Just really, they're involved some way. One guy pulled a guy away from a train after he almost got hit and killed. So that's the contestants that they vet to bring in, kind of as a reward for being such a nice person. You get to be on the show.
What a great idea!
And so and so he's the host of that. He kind of is not quite as night and day as Bob Saget was. If you watch Bob Saget on Full House, it's just Mr. Brady and Goody Two Shoes and everything. And then you saw Bob Saget live as a stand-up comedian.
Stupid
boom, boom. So Chris isn't quite as hard as that, but he's got an edge.
Oh, good.
And was exceptionally funny, really funny. It was a great show. We found it was a comedy club in Tacoma.
I was going to say, where did you find this?
Yeah, it's a comedy club in Tacoma. I had no idea that it was there. I didn't know anything about it.
Okay.
So we got tickets. They were $30 a piece, $30.
Boy.
And we were probably from here to Matthew, a little further from here to Matthew, away from Chris Hardwick doing his show.
10 feet?
No, we were probably about 20 feet.
Okay.
About 20 feet away.
Okay.
But $30, if you wanted to sit around the stage right up front, it was $40, and those are reserved. Otherwise, it's first come, first served. We got there right when the gates or doors open. It was at 6 and shows at 7. And then and there's a 2-drink minimum,
right?
Or two, actually, it's a 2-item minimum.
Okay.
So it could be food, it could be a drink, it could be a soft drink, whatever it is. And like the beers there, they weren't $2, but it was like $6 for a 16-ounce draft.
Sure. Well, you're never going to find a $2 beer. That's
and a pitcher of beer, $20, which is about what you get at taverns nowadays, anyway. And that counted as 3 drinks if you bought a pitcher. So they had little options like that. They had full appetizer menu. They had burgers and wings for a regular meal, and even desserts if you wanted that. So you could order anything, but you had to have 2 of those. Or you could buy for an extra $30. You get an upgrade that includes 2 drinks and an appetizer. Or you could do a $40 one that gives you an appetizer and a meal and the 2 drinks, so they had some options there, and includes the tip. In fact, they won't take the tip from you if you buy that. No, that includes the tip too.
Wow.
So for $60 each, we get this. Well, we failed to realize that we each would get an appetizer. Well, we got the fries, the bacon fries with cheese.
Oh, yeah.
It was a big, and we didn't even get a second appetizer. We couldn't eat it. It was too much.
Yeah.
We'd actually eaten dinner, it was at 7:00, so we weren't all that hungry anyway.
Yeah.
So, but no, great deal. So $60, and afterwards he's there, meet and greet. So we get a nice picture with him. Really nice. And he's talking to everyone, and it wasn't like, take a picture. All right, next. He's just
I saw a picture, and it looked like he was a really nice guy.
So you'll be happy that I did make a comment to him.
I don't know what it was.
So I said, Chris, we really like your show, The Wall. I know I said Tony and others, The Walking Dead, I was okay, but The Wall, I really enjoy it. It's fun. I like the questions. I said, however, can you do me a favor? And he goes, well, what's that?
Yeah, what's that, Paul?
I said, can you change it up a little bit? And he goes, well, like how? I says, can you get 2 people on there that hate each other? And so when they make the wrong decision at the end of the show, instead of there being this lovey-dovey, oh, no matter what, we're going through this. Right. It's like, what the hell are you doing? And he started bursting. He goes, I kind of like that idea. Could you get the 2 worst people that you can find for one show, just to change it up?
Once again, your foulness shines through.
Exactly. I thought it was a good idea.
It's a fabulous idea.
Yeah, because in the end, there's one contestant behind the wall in isolation, and they're answering these questions, and they don't know how the other person is doing as far as winning money.
Right.
They have no idea. So at the end, they have to either sign the contract for guaranteed money, or take whatever's left on the wall. Well, the guaranteed money is usually between 100 and 200,000. It's tough to turn down.
Yeah.
But like the other night, someone signed the contract and they had over $1 million on the wall, so they lost that. So and they're no matter what, this was all extra. So I want someone to say, we said we were going to gamble. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah,
I don't want to turn down the.
There's some kind of an altercation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. That's
exactly.
exciting.
Yeah.
So where do I find this?
It's on NBC.
Wow.
Yeah. The National Broadcasting Corporation.
You mean I had no idea TV was still on.
Well, NBC, that's all that and America's Got Talent, apparently, and The Voice. They air 3 shows, and that's it.
Don't they have that guy that does the news, too? The Brokaw's on there, isn't he?
Well, no. Not anymore, but...
the last time I watched network TV, because they pissed me off so much, is just really a long time ago. So anyway, what's it called again?
The Comedy Club in the Tacoma Comedy Club.
No, what's his show called?
The Wall.
The Wall.
Yeah, The Wall. That's the show there.
I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd's The Wall. I can remember.
Yeah, exactly. No, fun, but great show.
I'll watch it.
And again, you go to their website. I think we need to reach out. I'm going to reach out and see if we can't get someone from the Comedy Club representative to jump on the show here and tell us about it.
Absolutely.
Like this week, Marlon Wayans is there.
I don't know him, but I'm sure he's funny.
The Wayans brothers. From It's in Living Color.
Oh, yeah.
The Wayans brothers.
Okay.
He's one of the Wayans brothers.
Okay. I'm sorry. I wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're bringing in, some top level talent, but also looked at their schedule during the week. They have like open mic nights that are free admission. Just come in and have a drink or whatever and watch someone go up there and make a fool of themselves. And so, Matthew, I think we'd sign you up for an open mic session.
You might be losing me because once I get up there, I'm going to take off.
Hey, you'll need a manager. You'll need a manager. I'll take over the management.
I'll have my people talk to your people.
Yeah.
Well, I know who your people are, and I don't think Keith is up to it. Okay, let's get
get up there with your ukulele and just or your banjo like Steve Martin, and you're in.
Well, in fact, Chris Hardwick had a guitar.
Did he?
He played he had a song. He wrote a song. Your cat hates you.
That's funny.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh, your cat does hate you too.
Yes. We're dog people. Cats hate you. I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
And you know what? I know that my cat hates me because I got up the other morning, and again, it was after this procedure here, and it was early, and so I sit down on the couch just trying to kind of, it's early. It was about 5 o'clock in the morning. And Marley left me a little present. So I go to put my hand on the armrest of the couch there, and of course there's a coughed up hairball.
Well, see, Marley's just thinking about you. Hey, maybe you can eat this. I know your mouth is hurting you.
No, that's what he said. I hate you.
Hey, choke down a fur ball.
So you guys went out and you had a great comedy show.
Yeah.
And we saw Ace Frehley at the Lucky Eagle.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff going on right now.
A lot of stuff, and the countdown is on.
The countdown. I am so happy because last Sunday, so a couple of days ago, I thought that our big show was this weekend.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, man, I feel like holy hell right now. And it's not. It's on the 30th.
It's on the 30th, yeah.
It's on the 30th. So I've got a week to get my mouth, back to normal or, kind of normal.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go see Electric Light Orchestra.
Jeff Lynn's
Electric
Light Orchestra. The Moda Center in Portland.
Man, they do. When they do telephone line and all that, it's incredible.
Hey, the last time Tony, I saw him a couple of years ago.
I've never seen
him. They had the spaceship.
Yeah,
they had that still.
Yeah,
that was still part of the set.
I've never seen him, but didn't I meet him in Vegas that time?
I don't know. I wasn't with you.
I think I did. I think I talked to him because we were asking about the Traveling Wilburys.
Okay,
because the CD hadn't been able to release the CD because they were having there were so many people, with George Harrison's estate.
Yeah.
And then Roy Orbison's estate and that stuff, they were trying to get the go-ahead to release that. So I think we asked him about that, but man, oh man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's bucket list stuff here, Paul.
Yep. And, again, the first time we saw him, we were a little concerned because ELO is such a produced sound.
Oh, yeah.
But he's going to have 15 to 20 musicians on the stage with him. And that's what it was. And it sounded like a CD. Well, he is great. He doesn't talk. He's not a showman.
He's got his band leader.
He does most of it. He's very much like Petty. Tom Petty. Well, he says, I hope, I saw Petty once. He says, I hope you don't expect a lot of talking because we're just here to rock, man. And so you go into another song. And then he goes, I hope you weren't hoping for some fireworks and some bullshit like that because then I just got to add money to the ticket. We want to keep it down. It goes into another song. And that was about it. You didn't get a whole lot other than their music. And so Jeff Lynne is, and here's our next one. And then he'll go I think he keeps his, I think it's tight. He only uses like 10 words or less in between songs. And then someone else.
It's on the teleprompter right there so that he reminds himself, okay, don't say, okay, cut it off right here. Matthew, do you, are you, because of your parents, are you versed in Electric Light Orchestra much or?
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Look them up. Can't you look them up over there?
Yeah.
Like Turn to Stone, Sweet Talking Woman, Telephone Line.
Yep. Don't Bring Me Down.
Don't Bring Me Down. Don't Bring Me Down. Whoa, 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 whoa,
whoa. He's going to tell you the story about Bruce.
Yeah,
too.
I know. I'll tell you once more before. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah. It's not. It's not
Bruce.
It's not Bruce. It was just a noise he made. He goes, and they started saying Bruce, so now it's Bruce.
I've been saying Bruce since I was
7th
grade.
He goes, I'm the songwriter, and you guys made a nice edit here, so we'll just do that.
I have to ask about this.
We don't know who Bruce is.
Can we get like a songwriting credit then?
Yeah, I know.
Audience.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't wait for the show. So now, Paul, you're the one that got the tickets. You pretty much planned this whole thing here. And is there an opening act, or is it just the Electric Light Orchestra?
I think someone is. I mean, the last time we saw him, it was actually George Harrison's son, Danny, who opened.
Man.
I
know, but just to see Danny.
It was. It was great.
Well, they brought him back out so he could
They brought him back out to do the Traveling Wilburys, and we're kind of wondering, why aren't you kind of singing like that? He did this kind of moody.
I know.
Pings and tings and stuff, and I didn't know what it was. And
his dad did that back in 1974. George Harrison went to go out on tour. He hates touring, so it was really odd that he would even consider it. But Ravi Shankar went with him, and Ravi's the one that introduced him to the sitar back in like '65. And so Ravi's out there doing this sitar thing.
Yeah.
And then George comes out and starts doing a lot of non-Beatle, stuff.
Right.
And everybody's just booing and the tour got canceled. It's kind of a sore spot there, but I mean, and I know that Danny's, into a lot of that stuff, but some of the stuff that I saw.
Hey, he came out and sang the Traveling Wilbury stuff with Jeff Lynne, and it was awesome. Yeah, it was great.
Because he sounds so
I'm just kind of saying, I know you're trying to make your own name in your way, but there's not too many people that can say my dad is George Harrison.
Well,
and it's probably okay for you to, take advantage of that.
I understand that stuff.
That's me, Tom.
Those Beatles,
I'm lazy though.
Those Beatle kids, they're remarkable.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's you've got Julian Lennon, sounds just like John. There's Sean Lennon, who sounds like his dad and is an excellent musician. You've got James McCartney, Paul's son. He's an excellent musician. I know I'm forgetting. I mean, Zach Starkey. I mean, man, he's with the Who.
Yeah. I
love watching him drum. So anyway, I'm looking forward to the show and hopefully no more teeth fall out of my head. Man, I feel like I'm the guy that flosses every day, Paul.
Hey, well, maybe you're flossing too deep.
It's possible. Matthew, can you get a close-up of these stitches?
I don't think anyone wants to see that from firsthand experience.
Nobody wants to see that.
No one.
Nobody.
No.
let's touch base on some local things coming up here in the third segment. Segment rather.
Yeah.
The pain medication's wearing off, so we have to make the show quick here. But let's take a break. We're back after this. Summer driving is here, and it's time to hit the open road and explore. Get the tires you need and save money with the Summer USA promotion from Cooper Tires, and available right now at Point S Centralia OK Tire. Get up to a $100 rebate on Cobra Instinct, Discoverer Road and Trail ATV, or the Discoverer Rugged Treks with the purchase of 4 qualifying tires. See Centralia OK Tire for Cooper rebate details. Point S Centralia OK Tire also gives you peace of mind with a warranty good at over 200 locations. The Cooper Tire Summer USA promotion is on right now at Point S Centralia OK Tire on Harrison Avenue in Centralia. Hey, welcome back to the Mohney Show. It's the kind of later summer edition of the Mohney Show.
Yeah.
Back to school.
Back to school.
Oh, man.
Everything,
That's all I'm hearing.
Oh, I do have to say this about the Southwest Washington Fair.
Yes.
And Steve, I don't know whether to laugh or cry.
It's a song, isn't it?
No, but
okay.
Why?
Yeah.
Can't they get through a full week without a torrential rainstorm at some point hitting them?
Idea.
You know, the show that we were presented over the weekend, it always seems to be Saturday or Sunday. Sunday gets hit all the time for the Southwest Washington Fair. There they go. They start the week. It's sunny. Things are
beautiful.
Good. They got lots of fun going on, all the activities.
Yeah.
And then, boom.
You know, it started to get sketchy, and then, because we were out at the Lucky Eagle watching Ace.
Yeah.
And so I came out of the concert for a couple of seconds and just happened to glance outside, and it was just pouring.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it really was pouring. And I remember being set up at the Southwest Washington Fair. You know, I mean, you think it's summer. You've got speakers. You've got that type of stuff. I mean, the food vendors. You've got all your food out there and everything. And it's just pouring down sideways in the wind.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
Boy, did you notice the mini tornado that came through on Sunday afternoon?
Well,
man.
So I was at Emerald Downs on Sunday. And a system came through. It was just before the 7th race. I got the 7th race in, and just after the race, it just poured. And just before the 7th race, the wind came through.
Yes.
There was a power surge, knocked out Tom Harris, the announcer's booth, knocked him off. So the race was run without an announcer. Joe Withy is down on track level. He's still got power. So on the video, he's calling the race for people watching it on the video because they had that connection.
Right.
But it's quiet everywhere else. And then after the race, it's still the microphone might have been, burnt at that point. But so Tom, the track announcer, had to come down to Joe Withy's spot, and then they were able to tie that into, so just that. It was less than 15 minutes though. This thing came in.
It
did its thing, dumped a bunch of rain, and gone.
By
the 8th race, it was sunny again, and there's 20 minutes in between races.
It was
that fast
to watch it on the Doppler. I mean, it was like red. Yeah, and it just destroyed the front yard of my house.
Well, I came back. One of our flower buckets is a large one. The whole thing is like all the flowers are just, we just pulled them back over, but they would that's how strong the wind was.
Yeah, and I didn't check, but I wonder, over at the Southwest Washington Fair, I wonder how many, tents that were set up, just blew over and people trying to hold on to stuff. But you are exactly right. It seems to be every year there's some kind of big downpour.
Something
and
happens.
it's like, man.
I want to know if the wind caught the Ferris wheel just right, would it just be spinning?
I don't know, man. I don't want, you know.
Holding on.
Well, you know, I was looking at that article too in the Chronicle, and they canceled over at the Veterans Museum on Saturday. They canceled the Mr. Lewis County thing that they were going to have over there. Chip had a band that was set to play, and the band called up and said, "Hey, you know, we're not going to set up in the middle of a wind slash electrical storm." So that's rescheduled. You can check the Chronicle. They've got the article there for the rescheduled date. But man,
yeah, crazy
weather. Hub City Car Show coming up this Saturday.
Oh, I did. Oh, we timed our training session well then. A lot of people here. We'll
yeah,
be here.
Paul really wanted to go to that, I think.
Yeah. No.
let me just say this. Paul likes cars about as much as
you like Dennis.
Newman likes broccoli.
Foul weed.
It's a foul, vile
weed.
Yeah, I know. You know what? There's no way, because Newman would not eat that.
No.
Yeah, as much as dentists lately.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, they charge for this too.
I know.
Yeah,
it's an outrage.
Hub City Car Show is coming up on Saturday. Starts really early in downtown Centralia, and there'll be just all kinds of stuff. And this is a great car show. There's a lot of different vehicles. I mean, it doesn't matter what you want to look at, motorcycles and cars, and
God.
I thought about bringing the Pacer down.
I got I'm gonna take the tarp off my Le Car. So I'll bring it.
A Le Car. I haven't heard that in a long time. Le Car. What is that? A 70s?
70s or early 80s, something like that. That was
Le Car.
Boy.
Well, my son Aaron's got a Pacer that what did he do? He got this thing in high school. I think the guy said, "Yeah, you can have it if you get it the hell out of my yard." So Matthew remembers the Pacer, don't you?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of talk about the Pacer in high school.
So you know what's really funny is tell me about WF West. So that was in what 12 or something like that when Aaron was in high school with a Pacer. 10, something like that.
I graduated in 2015.
15. So I know Stephen graduated in 10, and the Pacer was over there. It was really funny one time because it was legendary over at WF West High School in the parking lot. The yellow Pacer. I get a call on the rock and roll quiz, and the guy plays the quiz, wins, and then we're chatting after that, and he goes, I'm a truck driver, and I'll tell you what though, I did see a Pacer over there at Chehalis High School. I said, what color? He goes, well, it's yellow. I said, that's my son's car. So the good old Pacer.
I like to think that they're still talking about the Pacer at WF West to this day.
Man, well, they probably are. I mean, that was something else. Hey, who knows? You might see a Pacer. You see some of these cars that, it seems like anything flies that's old these days.
Well, the car I truly want.
Yeah, I know.
What is it?
The Maverick.
No.
Oh, your pickup?
No. I miss a good old wood-paneled LTD station wagon.
I couldn't agree. You know what? I don't want to interrupt you, but the other day I get this magazine. I'm going through there. It's the Hemmings from, the cars all over the whole country. And they sold this 1967 Galaxy 500 convertible. It was red, beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like $15,000.
Wow.
I mean, that's not that bad. That was a beautiful car.
Well,
no wood paneling, but
yeah, exactly. There. Speaking of convertibles, there was driving. We were going up to the show on Saturday.
Yeah,
and this guy drives by in a convertible. It's one of those old cars. It looks really nice.
Right.
It's got a helmet on.
Really?
Yes. No
goggles.
But it's got a
Did he have, a visor?
A visor.
Did he have a windshield?
Yeah, windshield. Yeah. He's driving.
Wow. Because, that reminds me of Matthew. Matthew's got a Honda. He drives around with that helmet on.
Oh, does he? Okay. Is it a car?
It's not a Honda. You have a Toyota.
I got
Honda.
a Toyota.
Toyota.
Is that a Toyota?
Yeah,
Camry. Camry?
Yeah.
I like the Camry.
reliable.
That's a fine automobile. You're darn right it's reliable.
Yeah.
But if it breaks, it's going to be $1 million.
Well, Paul will have to give me a raise.
There you go. Well, we're down to the nitty gritty here. We've covered the Southwest Washington Fair, our concerts, and all that stuff. And again, I have no idea. Mother Nature, we have a bone to pick with you.
Well, hopefully
really.
it's over. Yeah.
It's supposed to rain the rest of this week, though.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. And in fact, showers maybe during the Hub City Car Show.
Oh.
You
Well,
know,
that is a good day to do the training then.
yeah. I mean, there's been times I remember like late August, and it's just, I mean, it's cold and it rains, and you know, I think we're, you know, the jet stream's changing, Paul.
Yeah. All right.
It's a wind of change.
When did Jeff Renner step in here?
Yeah, hold on a second. I'm Jeff
Renner.
You know what? I know all kinds of stuff about the jet stream thing.
Okay.
Anyway, next week's show
will be about the jet stream.
No,
apparently.
it will not be about the jet stream.
Okay.
But we do wish our producer, what's her name today?
Well,
it's still a little unmiss-friendly.
Well, I think it's. I don't think it's. I think it's just Miss Fowl.
Miss Fowl, right?
Miss Fowl.
We wish you the best, and thanks for all your help all the time, Matthew.
Yeah.
Thanks for your help today, and we'll see you next week. I don't know what it holds, but we'll see you next week. Next week, I'll have a better mouth then on the Mohney Show.